It's all kicking off at SNP headquarters as the party's leadership election is in turmoil over allegations of vote rigging. Yes, today's all about the SNP's leadership election and Nicola Sturgeon being replaced with a candidate that is essentially Nicola Sturgeon in trousers. Humza useless. Apologies, Humza Yusuf. And also, we're going to have other news stories for you guys throughout the day, which we'll be uploading every half an hour, the latest updates on what's going on with our with the net zero ULEZ policy, the low traffic neighborhoods, as well as the migration update, the migration bill update, and the Brexit deal. So this channel will be giving you all the news stories that you're not gonna get from the mainstream media. But first, let's go to Scotland. Let's talk about the SNP's leadership election, because Kate Forbes, who is at this point a bit of an outcast because the whole of the SNP establishments are trying their best to stop her and her popularity because they're completely scared of what she's going to be doing to Nicola Sturgeon's so-called legacy. And mainly because Kate Forbes is not really going with the same wave of craziness as the rest of the SNP minions, and she's a little bit more socially conservative, especially on family values and women's rights. Now, the issue with this is that, as I said, at this point, it seems like Humza Yusuf is Nicola Sturgeon's candidate. So you have on the right Kate Forbes and her team starting the allegations first. And even now, Ash Regan in the middle is a little bit of an irrelevant candidate. She's like the Lib Dem candidate in this election. Not going to have any effect, although never say never. They've all come out to accuse the party's headquarters. Kate Forbes' campaign team started this by saying, well, we've actually asked the party's HQ that a robust, experienced and third-party auditor is needed to be appointed without delay to ensure that the election is actually fair and legal. The problem with this whole issue is that the reason Kate Forbes' team and now Ash Regan are bringing this up is mainly because you do know who's running this election, right? The man in charge of the party is Peter Morrell. Peter Morrell happens to also be Nicola Sturgeon's husband. So, yeah, bit of a problem here. So at best, benefit of the doubt, there should be a bit of a conflict of interest situation here. At worst, of course, the allegations will continue to cover that. Now, Peter Morrell has now refused to reveal a number of SNP members who are eligible to vote. So this is a bit dodgy in itself. It's a bit weird that when other campaign teams, including Kate Forbes' team, asked for the party and Peter Morrell to publish the list of number of people, not even necessarily the names of the members, just the number, how many people in the SNP are going to be voting. They're not revealing the number. Makes you think, why are they refusing to reveal the number? That's why Kate Forbes' team released a statement and asking for someone to actually get involved with this and interfere in this election to ensure that it is operated fairly and legally. This is the statement that we have from Kate Forbes' team. Some concerns have been raised in various quarters about the integrity of the ballot processes for the current SNP leadership contest. Some of these concerns are based on hearsay or are from bad faith actors. However, others are being openly expressed by individuals within the SNP of long standing. I have written 2 letters thus far to the National Secretary regarding the ballot processes. I have not yet had a response. There seems to be a perception that a third-party company operating the ballot process is A, independent, and B, are responsible for the entire process. This is not the case. They are simply a company contracted by the SNP to provide services to their client's specification. This is entirely different. The SNP themselves remain ultimately accountable and responsible for many of the processes, oversight, and ultimately the ultimate integrity of the ballot. The fact that the questions are being asked can only further undermine trust in SNP HQ. So that's why it essentially says that we need a third-party auditor to be appointed immediately, and third party must have full oversight of all membership numbers, data, and processes. It's basically logical. This is what should be happening right now without even a candidate or a campaign team to request it from a grown up mainstream political party in Western democracy. It's a bit weird. It's like having an election in Syria or Iran or Russia. This isn't how we do things. Well, shouldn't be doing things in the Western world. Anyway, we even had Ash Regan and her campaign team saying the statement by the party said that you appointed an independent third party to conduct the ballot. This is addressing the party headquarters. It is important we understand that you made that choice alone and not because the party had a standing arrangement with them via HQ. Could you clarify? Likewise, it is important for us to understand who has access to the data and the ballot. Well, that's also a very good point. I mean, there's nothing wrong with actually understanding about the basic process of the election, especially when you have the outgoing First Minister's husband running the party and the election. It's just a bit weird, considering that everybody knows that Nicola Sturgeon wants, and her side want Humza Yousaf to become party leader, and you have two candidates who are trying their best to stop Humza, which also is weird because they're dividing their own votes. But we have to know about how fair and legal this election is going to be. Also, where is the outrage from the mainstream media? Well, are we still waiting for some sort of scrutiny? Or where's the House of Commons to have some sort of debate on this? There has to be questions that need to be raised, and they have to be also be answered. You need to sort it out before the election's over. It's happening now. The votes are open now. And if Humza Yousaf becomes party leader, and hypothetically, let's just say that it was rigged, and they made him leader, but this is, again, these things that happened in the past, but you're creating even more of a bad precedent going forward for more corruption to happen in this so-called Western democratic system. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this issue. Do you believe, or do you still think, even theoretically, that the SNP's establishment are trying their best to rig the election? Or do you think it's just a bit of a coincidence that Peter Morales is not revealing the number of members eligible to vote? I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.